What is up, people? Welcome back to Blue Chip Prospect for another video slash podcast or slash whatever that thing is. I was in the middle of editing a video. Like I was working on a video that is the Calder Awards, talking about the four finalists and giving my opinion on them and basically like ranking them and declaring a winner for myself. And I'm like 4 minutes in out of 15, and that's the video for this week. But one of the websites that I use for the stats went down. So I just can't keep going, can't keep building it. So I had to turn around and find a way to do something else. And I often see that on YouTube, people reacting to other ranking. I don't think I ever did it before. It's not usually the type of stuff that I do, but I'm always looking for new stuff to do, things that are maybe a little bit less time intensive as opposed to building a full video with animations and all this stuff. So maybe just reacting to the NHL Central Scouting ranking that just came out. I think it's yesterday that it came out. I saw it on Twitter yesterday, so maybe it came out before that, but I think it's yesterday. And comparing it with my ranking that I came out with like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the consolidated ranking from Elite Prospect, or maybe even their own ranking. Yeah, that's it. So I didn't actually look at them. I opened the 3 page because obviously they do it the weirdest way possible, where they rank the goalies separately from the North American skater, separately from the international skater, which is, I have no clue why they do that, why they don't give you like an actual ranking. But it is the way that it is, and we're going to deal with that, and we're going to be looking at their ranking compared to the other rankings and see how it goes. So that's a first for me. I hope you guys will enjoy it, and let's get into it. So just gonna make sure I have the right ranking here. Yeah, okay, it's the right ones. The consolidated. Maybe we'll check also the Elite Prospect ranking here. I'm not sure. This one is North American. Oops. This one is international, and this is okay. Cool, perfect. So here I have. so here have. So here I have my own ranking. I just rebuilt my ranking in FC Hockey website, so you guys can see what I had 2 weeks ago. And we're just going to be comparing it. So we're going to start with the North American skater, and obviously, well, Matthew Schaefer is number one. I like that they often measure their own players. The one that have the little asterisks here is the ones that have been measured by them. So by now it's basically all of them. Player weighted and measured by Central Scouting. Yeah, so I guess they measured and scouted all of them. Okay, cool. So Matthew Schaefer, followed by Michael Misa. And honestly, when we look at that ranking, one of the reason why I think it's a little bit special, to say the least, to do it this way, is that we know Anton Frondel and Victor Eklund are going to be number one and number two in the international ranking, because they are the two noteworthy top 10 prospect in the international. But now we can't know how they see it as compared to the North American skater. Like, is Frondel a top 10 player? Is Frondel a top 15 player? Is Eklund like 10? Is he 5? Like, we can't see that. We can't know that. So it's a little bit, it's bleh. Anyways, let's stop complaining and let's get into it. So Matthew Schaefer at number one, followed by Michael Misa, which is basically what everybody else has, right? At number one and number two. There's not a lot of people like with different ranking than that. Most people have Matthew Schaefer first, followed by Michael Misa. Maybe a couple of them will have Misa first because of the way he ended the season, but maybe after the playoffs and the -10 in like 4 games, maybe no. We'll see. And then they have James Higgins, which when we look at my ranking, James Higgins is number 6. He fell down a little bit. He would probably fall down even more than that if I was not like putting a break on on how much I didn't like his season. But anyways, they have him number 3, and it's followed by Jake O'Brien. So I'm a bit surprised by that. I know they like players with size, and he's almost like 6'2". Obviously, he's a very light player. He's been a light player since last year, obviously. And it's one of the things that he has to work on, because the playmaking itself is already very, very good. He's a top-notch player. In terms of skills, he's at the very top of this draft, and I understand it. I understand why they have him number 4. Personally, I have him number 5. Yeah, I have him number 5, and I'm surprised that they do. like I said, I know they like size, but like he's not a player that plays with a ton of pace. It's not a very physical player. Like he's a competitive player. He goes to the middle of the ice when he needs to. He has hands around the net. He does a lot of good things. He's not lazy defensively. He's gonna back check. He's gonna track back and apply pressure to push the players towards the outside of the ice. But it's not. I don't know. I feel like it's not necessarily their type of player. I'm surprised that they have Porter Martone after Jake O'Brien. Like I have Jake O'Brien right after Martone, and I have Denoyer at number 3. And where do they have Denoyer? Number 7. All right. So Higgins at number 3, Jake O'Brien number 4, followed by Radim Murtcut number 5, Porter Martone at 6, and Denoyer at 7. This is like the big top 7. Oh, receiving a call. Sorry, can't answer. And well, obviously I don't agree with this part. The rest I'm fine with it. Like if you prefer James Higgins over Denoyer, you feel like he has a higher ceiling, that's fine for me. If you prefer O'Brien over Martone, I'm fine with that. The 1 and 2, it's the same one as everybody else. So all of this to number 7, it's fine. Like I don't see any problem with that. It's just I would like to know, like, if they wanted Frondel over Denoyer or if they prefer Denoyer over Frondel. That's the part that we can't know, but it's fine. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry I had to answer the phone for a small emergency, but it is done. So let's get back into it. So Roger McQueen at number 8. This is where we were, and I am at number 10. And like I was saying before I answered the phone, basically is that when I did my ranking, we didn't know about the injury again. So now that he has that injury, if we, in terms of skills, in terms of projection, if you forget the injury, he's definitely a top 10 player, probably a top 7 player. But the fact that he's been injured all season, came back, now he's injured again. If the nature of the injury is the same as what it was before, which I am not sure, I don't have all the information, it's it's not looking good. Like it's really not looking good. And then would I be comfortable taking Roger McQueen in the top 10? At that point, maybe not. I think he's gonna fall because of that. But at the same time, it's very possible that a team just jump on the fact that it's a 6'5" center who skates well enough for his size, that has very good hands, power game, shooting game, playmaking game, has a lot of deception for a guy that's like 6'5". So it's like obviously the projection is really good. It's just the injury stuff. They're gonna have more information about us. So if it's bad, he's gonna get out of the top 10. And if it's good and if or okay, he's gonna be taken in the top 10. That's the part that we just don't know. But for now, I wouldn't be comfortable taking him in the top 10 with the information that I have, which is the same information that everybody else has, and not the NHL. So, all right, next get to the next one. Cation Aitchison at number 9. I like Aitchison too. That's good. Cation Aitchison, I have him at number 14, which is pretty close. Obviously, if you put the two European player in there, it's about the same. Um, yeah, just he's on the older side. Obviously, he's like one of the oldest player in the draft, but he's a very good defenseman, very solid defensively, extremely physical and competitive, and is gonna do everything that he has to do to protect the net and protect the middle of the ice. Like if you come on his side of the ice and try to get the puck in the zone, carrying it, it's gonna be a problem. And even if you dump it behind him and you try to force him into a bad decision by forechecking on him, he can take the hit. He can lock the puck down and take his time to make a decision and move the puck around. So I really like that player. I know he's not a player that's going to be a like a first pair type of defenseman. He doesn't have that type of skill, even though he scored like 26 goals, lots of points. But he's on the very, very older side of the draft, and the skills are somewhat limited. I wouldn't say they're like bad, but they're somewhat limited. So you can't expect that much production. But if you compare that guy to a Jacob Truba light or a Caden Gooley light, or not even light. I mean, it's not like Gooley has a ton of production, right? He's not putting points on the board. He's doing nothing with the puck. So I think you can see the same type of player, just not as good a skater as Goalie. Goalie is a very, very good skater. I don't think that HSN is as good, but it's not too bad. So that's kind of the comparison. After that, it's followed by Carter Bear. Same thing with Carter Bear. It's the injury. Some people will probably drop him a little bit because of the Achilles injury. Uh, for me, it doesn't really matter. Like the the players before that were injured in the Achilles that were in their draft year, players like Peyton Krebs, it didn't go well. But from player to player, it's different, right? Maybe Peyton Krebs was never going to be a good player. We don't know. A lot of people had him pretty high, like top 12, basically by almost everybody. But he didn't turn out good. I think Carter Bear is a superior player to Peyton Krebs in basically almost every facet of the game. And I just like this guy. I think he has the skills, he has the playmaking, he has the competitiveness. He's very physical, competes on the in the three zones. He's just a very, very good player that has an NHL style. It's not going to be a problem for him to adapt to the NHL. Maybe the speed a little bit. It's not the best skater out there, but he's young. He's gonna work on that. That's not really a problem. So at number 10, Carter Bear, and I have him somewhere in that area, maybe a little later. Carter Bear. I have him at number 12 still. So there you go. Next one. Carter Bear, Brady Martin. That's like they have him 11. I would say like that's a little bit high, but that's also because there's the two European players are not there. If you include the two European players, which are probably before Martin, right? They would be probably in the top 10. It would drop him all the way. It would drop him to number 13, which I have at 16, I think. Yeah, no, I don't. I have him at 17. So it's pretty close in terms of ranking. As of right now, I think it makes a lot of sense. The one thing that I can see that makes no sense to me is this one. Oh, no, this one too. Like, how you have Logan Hensler before Jackson Smith. I mean, it's a choice. It's an opinion. Okay, that's fine. But obviously, for me, Jackson Smith and Lyndon Lakovic are two players that like are much better than Logan Hensler, at least at this moment. They're both in my top 10. I'm pretty sure, or just outside. Yeah, you see, Lyndon Lakovic is 11 and Smith is number 7. So they are much higher than where they have him. I'm not sure I understand why Lakovic would be like number 16 or number 17, and Jackson Smith would be number 13 if we include the two European players. But it is what it is. It's their ranking. I think I don't know. I just don't understand the Logan Ansler before these two. Like Jackson Smith, I understand that he's a little bit all over the place. I understand that he's a bit like a risky player. And like I said in my evaluation of him, he's a player that is still in the search of his limits. He does things on the ice that you don't really expect him to do. But Logan Ensler has been very, very, very vanilla for the first half of the season, and the second half of the season has been much better. But is it enough to say that he's better than Jackson Smith, or is it because he's a right shot? I don't know. Probably, I guess. But after that, Lyndon Lakovic is like a 6'4" guy. Is he? Yeah, 6'4", 0.25. Tons of speed, tons of skills. If this guy hit on all his skills, if he can translate most of his skills to the NHL, he's gonna jump like way higher. He's gonna be like a top 8, top 7 player or something like that. The skills is phenomenal for the size that he has and the speed that he has. It's pretty great. It's just a consistency and him not trying to drive the middle of the ice as consistently as we would like him to. But look, not every player's play the middle of the ice, so it is what it is. But in transition, he's gonna be a solid player. Like I said, I have them much higher, and then Logan Adler at number 12 here. I have him somewhere. Where is he? Logan Hanser, number 19. So it's not that far off. It's just that I have Smith at number 7 and Ensler at number 19, and they have Ensler before Smith. Jeez, I'm getting lost in my train of thought. But yeah, it is the way that it is. It's fine. After that, Jack Nesbitt. Jack Nesbitt is a guy that I had like placed at number 33, just outside of my first round. So I don't understand why it's that high, but at the same time, I do understand why they would place him that high because of the fact that he's center, like 6'5" almost or something like that. I understand that, but he doesn't have a ton of skills. He projects as a third line two-way center with power in his game. If he can develop that part a little bit more, like it's good. But I think like you have a player like Justin Carbonneau right after. I think Justin Carbonneau is much better. I think that Brandon Coots is much better also. I can understand for the smaller players, but Jack Nesbitt, that's a bit high for me. Like I don't even have him in my top 32. I'm saying no, I didn't. So like I said, in my Excel file, he's number 33, but there I have like three players number 33. I have Nestrezil, I have Nathan Bem, and I have Jack Nesbitt. So I have like those three are all players that can rotate to the number 32, but not this time. And number 15 is probably a little bit high. But after that, Justin Carbonneau, I think that's a little bit where he belongs. Like me, I have him higher than that for sure because I've been high on him the whole season. He's number 13. Uh, he's a guy that I've seen live multiple times. This year and last year. He's a guy that I really like. I think the skills are really, really good. I know that he has habits that are not necessarily NHL ready, and there's a lot of work on his decision making, consistency to do to make him an NHL player. But the skills is top 10. Like if you take the shot, take the skating, the power, it's all like even the hands in the middle and his small area game, the way he can connect play, it's top 10 all day, every day. It's just if he can do it at a consistent level at the NHL level, and if he can win his battles and be consistent on the forecheck and do all the small details that an NHL coach is going to ask for, Justin Carbonneau has to learn to do those night after night, shift after shift. You cannot be invisible for 17 minutes on the ice, and then in the 18 minutes you jump on the ice, you score a goal, you end up being like you finish the night with a goal or 2 points or something like that, but you were invisible for like 17 minutes out of like 20 or something like that. So it doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. Justin Carbonneau, number 16, after Jack Nesbitt. I don't agree, but I think at the same time, it's not. I understand that NHL team, when they see a center that projects good in the like on the puck and off the puck at 6'4", 6'5", obviously they're gonna like it. As compared to the guy that has a lot of skills but might not be able to translate it to the NHL. After that, we have Malcolm Spence. Malcolm Spence is, I don't know where I have him in this ranking. Where is he? Malcolm Spence, number 22. So Malcolm Spence is it's a bit like the, how can I say that? It's like the Brandseg knee guard of last year, but this year, but less good. Okay. I think he's going to be very solid defensively. I think he's going to be very competitive, very physical. I think he's going to get some goals around the net. He has good hands around the net. He can make plays. He can play with pace. He's not the fastest skater or anything like that, but he can include physicality and pace into his game. Like he's a good player. He project as a probably third line, maybe middle six in the best case scenario as a complementary player offensively. But like if we compare him to Branson Nygaard from last year, Branson Nygaard had a tremendous shot. So yes, they both have the physicality. They both have good enough skating. They both have very good defense. They're both wingers, but like Spence doesn't have the shot and the vision to see the open ice and place himself into this open ice to receive a puck and slap it. Like you put Branson Nygaard in a bumper position on the power play, you're gonna get goals from that position because he has such a hard shot that he can release really quick, whether on a catch and release, whether on a one timer. Like Spence can shoot the puck, but not at the same level. So that's why I say he's like the Branson Nygaard light, but he's the same type of player if you'd like. Uh, what is that? That's the goalie one. Okay. That is the European one. Okay. Jeez, I'm lost. After that, Sasha Boumedian from Boston University. Uh, Again, Sasha Boumedian before Henry Brustevics and before Braden Coots and even before Cameron Reed. I don't know. He's not bad. I just didn't like his season. Like I expected more from Sasha Boumedian this season, and it didn't really work. He had decent stats when you look at it. Go here. He had 13 points in 40 games, so the stats is not that bad for a first year defenseman. It's just the game overall is very very vanilla. I'm not sure that I don't like the defense that much, and the offense is just like I said vanilla. So I would not have him that high. I have him in the 40s. And it's okay. I mean, they can see whatever they want. Henry Brustevics, I have him higher than Boumedian. I have him like in the 20s or something like that. 27. Uh, but he's another player that he's good. He's good at everything, but nothing is really popping out. Nothing. He's not. It's not like you look at him and you're like, yeah, okay, this is translating to the NHL. The offense is really good. The defense is really good, or the skating is really good. It's not. It's not like that. Like nothing is really standing out. But again, one of the things that I say all the time is that he plays for London, and that's the little asterisk. It's if you play for London, the year after he's gonna get more ice time. Like when Dickinson and Bonk are gone, probably that Bruce Tevez is gonna be taking all the time, and then he's gonna put up more points. He has decent size at almost 6'2", 200 pounds. He does everything like I said, good for the OHL level. Next year it's gonna get even better, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was taken higher than where I have him. But look, we'll see. It's not a bad player. That's a little bit high for me, but we'll see how it goes until the end of the season. Then Braden Coots, it's a player that I have higher than that for sure. Where is it? Number 15. Another very good player, a player that the more I watch, the more I like. Like I saw at the beginning of the season that he has speed, he has compete, he has hands, he has basically a little bit of everything. Very good playmaker. He gets to the middle of the ice too. He will score around the net. He does all the good things that you want a player to do, and he's on a pretty bad team, so that doesn't help him in terms of production. But as the season went on, and the games that I've watched that were closer to the end of the season, uh, he was way more consistent, showing especially in the playmaking. Like the compete was always there, the speed was always there, his intention to work the middle third of the ice was always there. But the playmaking and the manipulation, using little delays, looks, just you moving his shoulders and his hands to try to create deception was a lot more present and a lot more consistent in his game, and that translates a lot better to the NHL after that. So Brandon Coots, I would have him higher than Sasha Boumedian, that is for sure, and I would have him higher than Henry Brustevics too. But I would understand a team taking a guy that's 6'2", 200 pounds, that shoots on the right side, that is doing everything well, that is playing in London, that next year is going to have a big role with the team. I think that it's a given that Bruce Davis will probably be higher than where I have him. If we follow this up, then we have three little players back to back to back. Kindell, Potter, Reed, Cameron Reed. Well, Cameron Reed is not necessarily a small player. It's just that he's barely 6 foot. He's a defenseman that's barely 6 foot. So obviously those defensemen are not, they don't project as well as a 6'2", but at the same time, we can see in the NHL that there's more and more of those defensemen. Cameron Reed can move the puck really well. He's a very, very good skater, very competitive, and you have to when you're that size, obviously. But very good on the offensive side. Not as good on the defensive side, but he does compete really hard on the defensive side, and I think it's going to progress, and I think it's going to get better. I think Cameron Reed definitely at number 23, like there's no way for me it wouldn't be like closer to here. Like 23 is very low, especially under two smaller player like that. But I like Colin Potter, I like Benjamin Kendall, but would I take them over Cameron Reed? Like I'm not a big fan of the 5'10" forward. Like I know some of them make it, but most of them don't. So that's the thing. Is they're not super light. Like Colin Potter more at 172, the other one at 176. So that can help. The fact that like Benjamin Kendall isn't that light. Same thing for Colin Potter. Like they're not 160 pounds or something like that. But it's still there's not a lot of them. So I'm not sure I would take them in the 20s. Like I have them a little later than that. Ooh, let's go here. I think so. No, not even. You see, I like them just as much. So I'm saying, Jesus. Okay. So now number 20 for Colin Potter for me, Ben Kindle, number 21. That's my ranking. Obviously, the fact that they are very, very talented players. It's just the fact that they are smaller. Here he's obviously here is at 5'9", but they measured him at 5'10". And they also 161 pounds and 172 pounds is a hell of a difference for a player of that size. But nonetheless, like in terms of skills, in terms of basically in terms of skills, the skill to reward or the risk to reward ratio, they belong there. It's just if I was picking, if I was making that pick, I would not take them there. Like depending on the team, obviously, a team that has mostly big players and stuff like that, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But if you're a team like I don't know, like Montreal or a team like Philadelphia, do you want to take a small player, another small player that projects in the top six or maybe middle six? Who knows? But do you want another one? I wouldn't want another one. So if I was like, if I project myself as a team scout, like the Montreal Canadiens, do I pick them at number 20? No way. Do they belong at number 20? Yeah, for sure. So that's the way I see it. That's the way I put it. But I know it's a little bit confusing because I'm saying they deserve to probably be lower, but at the same time they deserve to be where they are. So it's just on the skill level, they're really really good. Production was really really good too, and they deserve to be in the 20s. It's just that if you already have a couple small players on your team or in your pipeline, do you want to add other 5'10s? I wouldn't. So that's the thing. But I'm surprised that they have him like this high because usually they don't like small players, but yeah, it's a good thing for them. After that, after Cameron Reed, William Horkoff, uh, jeez, I watched. I saw him. How many times? I saw him a lot of times, but I saw him at least like just like 7 or 8 times, and I can't say that once I came out of it and I was like, yeah, that's that's a first round type of player. Like I understand the size. I understand he's a center. I understand all these things. In a good school in Michigan, he's gonna get better. He's 6'5" and all this stuff. Okay, even the production. I mean, the production is fine if you look at it here. I just I feel like he didn't have enough physicality. I feel like he didn't have enough speed. I feel like he doesn't have enough skills. It's like there's nothing like he's not showing you anything that you can look at and you say he can take that, bring it to the NHL, and he can stand out in a certain way. I just like it's vanilla for a guy of that size, if you want. That's the way I see it. I just man. Okay. Cole Reshny, another very good player on the smaller side, 5'10", but 183 pounds, which is really good. But the production, just like Kindle, very good production, 92 points in 62 games, and Kindle had 99, I think. Yeah, exactly, 99 points. So really good season for both of them. Both players with tons of skills. Just again, same thing, smaller player. Reshny, I have him a little lower than Potter and Kindle, obviously, but same thing, number 25. So not too far, but basically the same thing, but he's not including the European players. After that, Blake Fiddler, number 26. I have him around the same place too. Blake Fiddler at number 29 here. Uh, Good defenseman with size, right shot, good projection. Is there enough offense to play in a like as a number 4 maybe in the NHL? Maybe. We'll see about it next year if he can develop a little bit more of the offensive game. Uh, Mason West, Mason West. I don't even remember him. So so no, I didn't see him. Okay, so I cannot really comment on him. Riker Lee, pretty good player. Really liked him too. Um, like there's a lot of, how can I say that? He's a player with a lot of production, a lot of skills, a lot of like is he a top skater? I wouldn't say he's a top skater, but he skates well enough for his size. Like he's 6 foot or something around that. Yeah, exactly. He's 6 foot, 170 pounds. He has skills. He put up a lot of points in the USHL, which is a tough league to put points in. Like if you take a lot of players who play in the USHL, they don't have a lot of production, but he's been really good. So I understand it. It's a good ranking. I have him in the 40s right now, and he's probably one of them that's going to move up. William Moore, a player that has a little bit of size too, 6'2", 175 pounds. He's very not physically developed. He's a player that will need time in the NCAA to build his frame, get stronger, so he can win pucks. Because it at the pro level, whether it's the AHL, or the NHL, you have to be able to get to the corners and win puck battles. You have to be able to shield the puck along the board, wait for players to come in, and then distribute the puck. He has like William Moore has a lot of skills. He's a skill first type of player, but he has the size. It's not filled. It's not filled with muscle. It's not filled with strength, and it's gonna be really important because right now playing against contact or trying to get to the middle through contact is just impossible for him to do. He falls all the time. He loses most of his battles, and we're talking at the USHL level, so it's not promising for that. But I understand the placement at 29. I have him in that range too. I'm pretty sure. If I go here, William Moore number 30. So the ranking is consistent. I think the the potential is pretty high. Like not first line or anything like that, but the potential is pretty high. It's just that the work that he has to do is pretty significant to be able to play at the NHL level. Like he's already weak for the USHL level, so it's gonna take time for William Moore to develop. But the skills side, he's gonna be fine. On the reading of the play, it's fine. Playmaking, it's fine. Like obviously, he's gonna get better out of this, but it's really the strength. Like he's gonna need to work on that for sure. Jack Murtagh is basically the opposite. It's a player that's really competitive. That he has a hard shot. He hits people. He's pretty physical for a guy of his size, like 6 foot or something like that. His production was better than William Moore, but I think William Moore has definitely more skill. But Jack Murtagh is more physically, like not ready. Oops, what happened? Not necessarily physically ready, just um like he has more of an NHL style. At least some for somebody who projects as a bottom six center, like you can plug that guy in your third line probably in like 3 or 4 years from now, and you're gonna have a competitive, physical centerman who can play on both sides of the puck with a hard shot that drive the middle. So you're gonna have a player that can do a little bit of everything. Here he's listed as a left wing, but I saw most of his game as a center. So I don't know. Maybe I just didn't see enough game. Bill Zonan, same thing. He's listed as a right wing. I saw him on the left wing. I saw him at center. I saw him at right wing. I saw him everywhere. Uh, Another player that has pace, has skills, has good game with the puck, without the puck. Good production too. He has 83 points in 64 games. I don't have him in my first round, but he's like I think he's like 35 or 36, something like that. So he's very close to the first round. Might be in the final ranking. I don't know, but in the end, a player that deserves to be there is in many first round. Like we didn't actually check really this one, but pretty sure Bill Zonan is often in the first round for most people. No, okay. Oh yeah, right here, number 23. So people have him way higher than I have him, obviously. But same thing here. Ivan Ryabkin at number 22. I don't think anybody has Ryabkin at number 22 right now. I don't think that's possible. But anyways, c'est ça qui est ça. I'm talking French in my English podcast. And last one, Cole McKinney, another USHL player from the US into the EP. Not my favorite. I think he's a guy that will play. He has a little bit of everything. He's a center, decent size, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Just I don't know. Like I can see on the next page here, they have Shane Van Zaghi at number 33. Personally, I would have Shane Van Zaghi over Cole McKinney, but it's just a preference thing. So that is it for the North American skater. If we go to the international skater, there's really not a lot to look at here. Obviously, they have Frondell number one, Eklund number two, and Milton Gastrin at number three. Milton Gastrin is a player that should maybe get out in the first round. Like it's not impossible. His production right here in the J20 42 in 40. It's okay. It's a good production. It's just nothing special. At the beginning of the season, I had him much higher than I have him now. But at the same time, I would understand it if he was picked in the first round. I'm just not sure if it's gonna happen. But if he's not picked in the first round, he's gonna be picked very early on the second day. But Frondell number one, Eklund number two, and after that, Jarovsky here. Jacob Wozniak at number 8. Is there anything that really stands out? It's a weak year for the Europeans outside of Frondell and Eklund. So yeah, nothing. Prokhorov. I would probably have Prokhorov a little higher than that. Uh, Special player to watch. Like I'm not sure if he's how can I say that? Like he's hard to project to the NHL. He's very all over the place, but you don't see a guy 6'5" with that kind of skills every day. But on a shift to shift basis, it's completely night and day. Sometimes you have very, very good shift in the MHL. Sometimes you have very, very bad shift in the MHL. But I think the projection is there, the skill is there, the frame is there. He skates well enough. Like I would understand at the beginning of the second round, probably a little higher than a lot of those players. I would have probably Prokhorov probably somewhere around here, number 4. Or I would have Wozniak before him, and then probably after I would have Prokhorov. All right, so that's it. And then for the goalies, that's not this one. First goalie, Joshua Ravensbergen. That's fine for me. That's the only player that I have in the first round too. Where is he? Number 24. And it's followed by Lucas Beckman, Michael Pradel, Jack Ivankovic. I would probably have Jack Ivankovic over Pradel if it was me. But the rest, I can understand it. And where's our boy? Gabriel Daigle. Gabriel Daigle, what a drop. But like he's the type of player that you you take and you bet on the athleticism. He didn't have a great year whatsoever. It's a risk to take him. Like it feels like the development stopped like 2 years ago. But if you want to bet on a player with athleticism, a bit like Joshua Ravensbergen, but with lesser stats, you can take Gabriel Daigle. He was projected as an NHL goalie for years now, and like you take the size and the athleticism, and maybe you have a goalie if you can work with him. But it's not like it's a risk, obviously. But outside of that, I'm not a goalie fanatic and I'm not a goalie expert, so I'm not gonna debate too much what they have here. The only one I would say is probably Jack Ivankovic. Would have him number 3 or even maybe number 2. But that's about it. So there you go. That was just a quick video talking about the ranking that they had. Wanted to see how it compares to me and how it compares to Elite Prospect, and that's it. So see you in the next one. Hope you liked it. Peace.